Good morning, everybody. Oh, it has been a crazy morning here this morning. It has been a crazy morning. Pam here with your Monday morning motivation. I was sitting where I normally sit in front of my desk, and there's like this huge, like blinding light on the side of my face. So I just wanted to make sure that I could see what was going on because it was like blinding me. I had to see like this. So I just wanted to see you guys and your comments. See if I can invite some awesome people if they are available. I hope you guys are all having a great Monday. It has been, like I said, a crazy Monday for me. My husband, him and a deer had a bit of an incident there. Hey, Tina. Hey, Julie. He had an incident before Christmas with him and a deer in his truck. And it's not the first time. It won't be the last time. We live in rural Alberta. There's deer everywhere. So it's not like it won't ever happen. But right before the holidays, nobody was working. So trying to get, a claim figured out, trying to get it appraised, trying to get all the stuff done. So now that the holidays are done, we're finally able to work on getting that done. Awesome, Julie. She says her workout is crushed for the morning. Awesome, girl. Good morning, Amanda. I hope you're having a great day. I have like this weird flyaway hair going on there. Tina says she's making lunch, so listening, but hands not free for comment. Oh, yeah, no worries. No worries, girl. Listen away. So Julie is part of my 75 Hard Challenge group we started January 1st. Some people have discovered what the 75 Hard is to them. So they've made a couple adjustments, whether they've had to start over again or not. It's been a really good challenge. There's 20 some people in that group with us. Hey, Julie, it's been an amazing ride so far with them. We're on day 6. Well, I'm on day 6. I started on the 1st and I haven't had to start over yet. Fingers crossed. But when I put it all out on my calendar, I put from 1 to 75. So I got January 1st was the one day. And then the 75th day will be March 15th. If I don't start again, which I will not be starting over again because I know exactly what I'm doing. And it's been a great ride with everybody, learning how to listen to their bodies. A couple of the ladies have been sick. A couple of the ladies they're not sick, but they're injured. So they're modifying workouts for themselves. They're learning how to listen to their bodies. They're eating according to what their bodies are telling them. It's been amazing. I can't even handle it. Every day I look in there and I'm just like, oh, I'm so honored and blessed that these ladies, not even ladies, there's guys in there too that are joining me on my journey this time. And it's so awesome. In the true definition of the word awesome. I really, really believe this is awesome. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. Cheers. And without further ado, if you guys, Julie says she's getting into the habit so far and she's loving it. So that's awesome. That's the biggest thing. The first couple of weeks are just getting into the habits of doing these things every day. Whether you're drinking your water, you're doing your workouts, you're eating your diet plan, you're, reading your book, you're doing these things every day. And after the first couple weeks, it starts to come naturally. That's why for the first time I needed my checklist. I needed to okay, today I did this, to this, to this, to this, to this. And then after was it week 3 or week 4? I didn't really need it anymore. I kind of looked at it once in a while, but I didn't need to check the stuff off the list anymore. Julie says to thank me for putting this together. You're welcome. And thank you for joining me. You're one of the first persons to put your hand up. You're yes, I'm in. I'm so excited. So, I'm so excited to see everybody's results in March when we're done. So anyway, today I'm going to talk about the 7 ways to keep going, even when you don't want to. And I know that everybody, you get motivated, you you find this new venture, this new thing or whatever, and you get motivated and you're like, yes, I'm going to do this. And this is why, and all this stuff, right? And you're so excited and you're doing all these things. And after a while, the excitement kind of starts petering out, right? You're doing all these things and you're like, okay, I'm doing all these things. And you might not be seeing the big result yet. So, it's in those times where you need the kick in the butt, where you need to be reminded of why you're doing these things. But these are the 7 ways that you can remind yourself. Good morning, Heather. Happy New Year to you too. At the very beginning of my notes today, because I've got 2 pages of notes for you guys again. I'm good at doing that. At the beginning of my notes, it says, it does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. And that is a quote from Confucius. So it's obviously been around for a long time. And I am so grateful for the people that in the very beginning of my online journey, of whatever goal that I've set out to accomplish, they've told me to just keep going. And those 3 words have gotten me this far in my online journey. Next month will be 2 years since I've started my business online. And even right around then was when I started like this whole, I've been on a weight loss journey my entire life. I'm going to admit that. I've been overweight almost my entire life. But my true mental weight loss journey. So I started with a bariatric clinic. I started my online journey. So that was more about mindset and motivation that way. And I've learned to take the both of them and kind of mesh them together, which has made it so much easier to power through the tough moments. So that's why I wrote this stuff for you guys. And I hope it makes sense. To you. So 1, make a list of your goals. If you have not watched my 3-part series on the art of goal setting that I did for the last 3 weeks at the end of 2019, that's what I did. They're in this group. If you're not in the group, if you're watching the replay and you're not in my group, then definitely search around this video. I'm sure there's a link that you can join my group somewhere so you can tune in live. But my replays are also available on my website, pamreby.com. Just click on morning motivation replays, Monday morning motivation replays. Oh my God, I cannot speak today. And it's the last 3 ones. So like 42, 43, and 44 episodes, I think. Something like that. Anyways, the last 3 ones. So definitely check those out. The Art of Goal Setting 3-part series. It was phenomenal. And I felt like I brought a ton of value into that. So yes, definitely check that out. But 1 is making a list of your goals. It's not enough just to think about your goals. You have to write them down. And when we do like our 90-day sprints, we do goal setting, but it's very specific to exactly what we want to accomplish. The feeling of what we feel when we have accomplished those goals. So at the end of our 90-day sprint, this is the goal I want to accomplish. This is how I feel. This is what I see outside my window or wherever you are in the world. This is what I smell. This is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm tasting. Use all your senses and write them out in so much detail that you cannot help but it creates that emotion in your head and in your heart. You want your head and your heart to be aligned in order for your goals to come to fruition, right? So not only do I write them down like that, but the visualization is so key. I record myself reading it out to myself. Like I record myself on my phone and then I listen to it. So along with my meditation in the morning, I will listen to my goal in my head through my headphones and I will visualize it, me talking about my own goals. That is so powerful. I cannot just like, the first time I did it, the first time I did a 9-day sprint and I did this it was so powerful. Even the how that I accomplished my goals wasn't even the way I thought it would happen, but it still happened. So it can truly, truly happen to you. And Heather says that our thoughts create our lives. And that is so, so true. What you think about, you bring about, right? Law of attraction. And I thought that was so crazy when I first started my online business. I'm like, Law of attraction, that's not a thing. I'm like science, logically minded. No freaking way. You've turned me to the dark side, man. So I'm all about the law of attraction now because I've seen it happen in my own life so much over the last almost 2 years. It's so crazy. And I'm saying so a lot today. I'm just really excited for you guys to learn all this stuff. Number 2, work out every day. And those of you that are in the 75 Hard Challenge with me, you know what the importance of working out every day. Even if you do work out every day, you've done the challenge before, or you just do it every day, exercising produces the endorphins that reduces stress and anxiety. It boosts your mood. That's why I'm so like freaking excited today. I was like boosts my mood. It improves your sleep, which is huge. I know my husband has been complaining about our mattress and how he's not getting great sleep. And granted, it's an old mattress, so it probably doesn't need to be replaced, but he doesn't work out every day. And I find that when I work out every day, as soon as my head hits the pillow, bam, I'm out. I'm like, boom, I'm out, and I get a refreshed sleep. I wake up, at 5, 6, whatever time in the morning, and I'm like, yep, I'm ready to go. Let's do this. And it's because of the exercise. All through December, I only exercised like every once in a while. I didn't do it consistently, not every day, certainly. And I was like, I would stay up late because I'm like, oh, I can't sleep. Or I just get like mentally fumbly, if that makes sense. I'm like, what was that again? Or, whatever. And it increased my clarity being able to work out every day. There was a study in 2015, and I was reading about the study, how exercising every day not only does all those things with endorphins, but doing an aerobic activity, so cardio, your high intensity training, the HIIT training, improves cognitive function. So that's your ability to learn and retain information. So whether you're doing that and then you're reading, like with our 75 Hard Challenge, it just makes it that much better. It makes it like 10x, right? Heather says that she's buying a new you guys are buying a new mattress when you get home again. Oh, well, or when your man gets home. Yeah, well, he's probably out working now. Hey, girl. Mine goes back to work tomorrow. He had from New Year's Eve off, and he worked a little bit during the holidays, but just a little bit. So he was on night shift until like the 23rd, and then he had a few days off, and then he had to work a couple days, and then he had a week off. So that was pretty cool that we had him off for the holidays. But yeah, he's very much complaining about our bed. So ultimately, working out every day allows your body and mind to perform at its peak. So if you're not working out every day, doing at least a little bit every day, then maybe it's something that you should be incorporating into your schedule. Talking about a schedule, that's number 3. Make a schedule and stick to it. That is something that I learned so crazy doing the 75 Hard, like doing these things every day. Whether sometimes I didn't get my workout in the morning because, kids wake up early, stuff happens, right? They're sick. I can't get out of bed without one waking up, whatever. There's always something, but I always manage to fit my workout in during the day. So making your schedule and sticking to it, whether you're blocking off time every day for the things that you need to do to work towards your goals, or you're just making sure that they happen during the day. Because sometimes we all know if you have kids or work or farm or whatever, husbands, they can all interfere with your schedule sometimes. So let's make sure that you stick to something. Hi. What's the matter? Oh. Okay, go see Daddy. Okay, don't see Daddy. So Aristotle says we are what we repeatedly do. And I have found that out so hard between doing the 75 Hard, but also in my business where I'm doing gratitudes every day. Like I'm writing out my gratitudes, I'm journaling. So I'm writing out my gratitudes. I'm writing out my intentions for the day. I'm writing out affirmations every day. So that is my journal. That's usually how I journal. Sometimes I add a little bit of notes here and there of how everything's like feeling, how everything's doing for me. But that's my journaling. Motivation, especially long-term motivation, depends on a schedule. So you set dedicated times to work on your goals, eliminate your distractions, and you have to stick to it. You set your intentions, choose your behaviors that will keep you on the right track, and you stick to it for sure. So that is number 3. Hi, you're stinky. Somebody's stinky. Guess what we'll be doing after we get done here? Is changing your diaper, stinky butt. So number 4, and we talk about this all the time, finding your why. And I understand that we often talk about your why as your driving force behind, your motivation behind all that you do, your goals, whatever it is. But what about why do you want to give up? And you're thinking about giving up and you're like, well, why do I want to give up? What are you, sometimes for me, I'm just being lazy. That's for me. Sometimes, your goals change. Sometimes, just think about why you want to give up. And I found this example, in the Korean War, they called it give up-itis, where they suffered the people that fighting the war. Hi, her hair's like all wonky. Okay, can you not stand right there, please? Thank you. I know you can watch, but I just don't want you to stand right there because then you're in the way. Where the people that were fighting in the Korean War, they suffered so much trauma, and in the post-trauma, can you go give that to Daddy? Go tell Daddy you're gonna brush your teeth. Or yeah, give that to Zoe. There. Okay, go see. They suffered so much trauma. They had a loss of hope, and they would will themselves to die with no apparent cause. And I know that's a super, super extreme example. Like, I'm not saying that you're willing yourself to die because you don't want to go on, but it's kind of this. It's kind of similar in the fact that you're like, well, why do I feel like giving up, right? You have to really ask yourself that question. Why do I feel like I don't want to do the specific thing that will help me towards my goal today? Like I said, maybe your goals have changed. For me, sometimes I'm just lazy. Maybe I need to choose a different mechanism to help me towards my goals. And that's where the Atomic Habits, the book that I read during my last 75 Hard, I did a go live in there about it, and it was so crazy. The things that you can use, the mechanisms that you can use to develop your habits. So if you have not watched that go live, definitely go back and find that one, because that one was amazing. Or read the book, even more amazing, because then you get the information straight to you, not just through me. So the power of our mind is so powerful to have the right mindset, right? So you have to figure out, your why. Ultimately, why is your driving force towards accomplishing your goals? But if you're feeling the lack of motivation or the feeling that you need to give up, why do you need to give up? Those two questions on either end of the spectrum are so important. It's important to have something to strive for when we are striving towards goals, right? So number 5, find a mentor or more than one. You can have more than one mentor. Everyone needs a hand along the way. I know you want to plow out your own path and set your own way, but sometimes you need to talk to somebody about it, and maybe they've found a way to do things that you haven't thought about. A fresh set of eyes, a fresh perspective could be the world to what you're trying to accomplish. Somebody that you can talk to regularly, or some people that you can talk to regularly about your goals, and just getting a fresh perspective is huge. And they don't have to be experts. They could be friends or family, even somebody that you talk to on a regular basis, somebody in your community. As long as they support you and your goals, they boost your confidence, and they can give you a sense of direction when you're feeling a little lost, right? Number 6, sorry, I don't know why my nose is doing little drips. Number 6, stop yard sticking. And if you know me, you know that term because I use it all the time. Yard sticking is where you compare yourself to somebody else. Whether you're comparing yourself to a friend, You're comparing yourself to a mentor. You're comparing yourself to even somebody that you look up to. Don't do it. Comparison sucks. The only person that you should be comparing yourself to is yourself yesterday, right? That's the only person you should be comparing yourself to, because your chapter 3 or whatever in your life is going to be so different to somebody else's chapter 12 or 24 or 365. I don't even know what chapter they're on, because it doesn't matter. If you don't believe in your own potential, no one else will. So you have to start believing in yourself and stop comparing yourself to others. You can draw inspiration from those around you, those people, those mentors, those people that you look up to, but don't beat yourself up if you're not on the same level as them, because guess what? You're probably not going to be. That's just the way it is. Nobody's life is perfect. When you look at, especially this time of year, like the social media highlight reel, everybody went on holidays, like they went on vacations during the holidays. They got all this cool stuff during the holidays. They did all this cool stuff during the holidays. It doesn't matter what is on social media. Ignore everybody's highlight reels. And honestly, if somebody else's highlight reel has got yourself down, so lack of motivation, whatever, maybe it's time to unfollow those people. Maybe it's time to, you can still be friends with those people, but unfollow them so you don't see their stuff in your newsfeed. It's as simple as that. If you're on social media just like scrolling and you see all their stuff and it gets you down, time to hit that unfollow button, because it's not worth it for sure. Number 7, and the very last one, which is probably the most important, self-care and positivity. So when you're feeling like you're not there anymore, and this is part of the whole exercise thing as well, healthy diet, inspirational music, this is where all that come in handy. Having a little bit of self-care time every week or every day, even just a tiny bit, like when I'm reading at night, that's what I do. I read, but sometimes I'll go out and I'll do chores. I'll go outside and just hang out with a horse or a donkey, or like yesterday, I hid in my husband, we poured some of the floor in his shop over the holidays and that's where they're calling the man cave. But yesterday I came back from putting my chickens away in the evening, and I sat in there. It's nice and warm in there. Me and the dog just kind of sat in there and just kind of like hung out for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And sometimes that's all it takes, is just having a little bit of quiet time, hanging out with the dogs or whatever you feel like. I love my animals. I connect with them on an energetic level. So that's, for me, that was perfect. Just sitting there with them for 10, 15 minutes, that's all I needed, just to rejuvenate myself and allow myself to go inside, put my oldest kid to bed, and then get ready for bed for myself, right? So self-care is huge. Positivity is sometimes a little bit harder to attain when you're down in the dumps. And I'm also at the tail end of a 30-day sprint, or a 30-day kind of challenge where we're reading the Magic. And I'm on day 26 today. Did it this morning, wrote out my gratitudes, and did day 26. But sometimes, you don't feel like powering through the whole book just to gain a little bit of positivity. In those days, I pick it up, because it's kind of like my Bible. Jenna calls it my Bible, because I have like notes in there, I have highlights, I have underlines, I got stuff going on all over the place, because this is the 7th time I've gone through it. So it's not something I really like to part with on a regular basis. And my mom tried to borrow it over Thanksgiving, and then Jenna was asking me about it. And I'm like, She's like, okay, your hesitation tells me everything. I'll go buy one for myself. I'm like, okay. I mean, I love to loan out books, but that one, So I will flip to it when I'm having one of those those off days where can't quite pick yourself up. I will pick it up and I'll flip to some random magical practice, and I will do that magical practice. And the book is accurately named. It is magic. It will pick me up and change my energy completely so that I can persevere and I can do the things that I need to do in my day, right? People ask me all the time, well, you've been doing this for so long, how do you keep going? That's probably one of the biggest tools that I found to help me get through those days. I'm busy right now, sweetie. Can you come back in a minute? Go upstairs. Go upstairs. I'm in the bathroom. Yeah, go show Daddy. Go show Daddy. Daddy is here. He can be of help too. Find the balance between being kind to yourself. So here's the kindness and self-care and everything. But you also want to be your own boot camp leader. There is a happy medium. And I talked in part 2 of the art of goal setting, the sweet spot between burnout and like just complacency, right? There is a sweet spot in there, and I know you will find it, and everybody's is different. So you just have to find it for yourself for sure. And doing these challenges like 75-hard challenge, 90-day sprint, a 30-day sprint, whatever kind of thing that you have to do something consistently for more than a couple weeks, you will find your sweet spot. I guarantee it. But if carrying on through everything, trying to get through your daily tasks for your goals, if it's making you sick, so pushing yourself past the point of breaking, if it's making you truly, truly miserable, then maybe that thing specifically is not the right path for you. Maybe you need to take a step back and reevaluate your goals.
I think so. I think this will be good without her now.
Oh, no, my husband's on the phone. So maybe it's time to take a step back, change direction, and talk about your goals. What?
I need a VIN number.
It's on the thing that I gave you.
No, it's not.
Well, I'm busy right this second. It's in your truck. You know how husbands are. Anyway, so to conclude on that note, make sure that you're looking at these 7 things. You're finding the balance. You're finding your sweet spot, and sometimes you might need to reevaluate. So definitely do that. I hope you all are having a great start to your new year, your new decade, and there's still a little bit of time to come into our 75 Hard group if you'd like to start today or tomorrow. Come in, check it out, check out our posts. I have the rules and the pin post at the very top. If you'd like to come and just look at it and see if that's something that you want to do, definitely, or you can send me a message and hit me up because I can definitely help you with that. I think that's all I wanted to cover today. So sorry, he threw me off with his burst in there. So, but I hope you guys are all having a great week and have a great week. Julie says it's never too late to start, and she is completely right. But I will be here next week, same time, same place. And if you're watching this replay somewhere else other than my Facebook group, hit me up and I will get you in touch with my Facebook group so you can tune in live next week. But until then, I will see you then. I love and appreciate you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.